Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about legal CVs. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Simran and I can't be asked to reintroduce myself, so click on the link above which will take you to a video where I detail everything about me, my background and how I got to where I am now. Before I start with my points, I just want to give a little disclaimer. I am by no means an expert. I've never worked in grad recruitment. However, the information in this video has been provided by my conversations with members of grad recruitment, CV reviewers. I've also used information from other YouTube sites and channels, information from LinkedIn, and I've also reviewed some CVs, and these are some common things that have always come up. So now let's jump into some pointers about legal CVs. Point number one, keep your CV simple. If you think about how a lawyer presents work to a client, there's no kind of flowery language, there's no Comic Sans MS font, there is no word art in the corner, there's no fancy colours, it's just simple, straight to the point and does what it says on the tin. And your CV should be the same. When someone looks at your CV, especially in the legal world, it's recommended to keep it in plain black and white. There's no need to put in loads of different colours for different sections. Black and white is completely fine. And there's also no need for fancy fonts either. Make sure you're picking a font and a font size that's clear to read, leading on from the point of simplicity. It's also really important to note that the person reading your CV will on average take around 10 seconds. And that's not a lot of time. So therefore you have to make your CV as inviting as possible. And one of the ways in which you can do this is avoid clunky paragraphs. So therefore bullet point your points. And this is what makes legal CVs really different to training contracts or VAT scheme applications. In training contract and VAT scheme applications, you're typically writing 100 to 250 words in your work experience sections. That's not necessary for your CV. Your CV should actually bullet point action words for what exactly you did. So for example, I spent some time as a real estate paralegal. Therefore, in my CV, I've written things like drafted forms RX4, TR1, these are all specific real estate terms. I've also mentioned things like maintained client communication via letter and telephone. I've also mentioned things like attended court hearings. Now, building on from this point about your work experiences, you can also tailor these sections to the firm that you're applying to. So say if you found a paralegal role for a particular firm that you really like. Look at the job description and what they require from you. Do they require things like use of a certain software or familiarity with drafting letters or drafting certain forms? If you have experience with those things, mention that in your CV. That way you are actually tailoring your CV to the requirements of that firm. So therefore, if you're on the job hunt, you should not be using the same CV for every single application you do. You should be scrutinizing your CV and thinking, is this actually right for the firm that I'm applying to? Furthermore, also be wary that some CVs include a personal statement at the start and some don't. I think it's more of a personal choice whether you choose to include one or not, and I think that people have varying views over whether you should include one. However, if you do, it shouldn't be a long clunky paragraph. I would recommend at least 3 to 4 lines at most. In my legal CV, I've actually included a personal statement, and the reason for this is because it gives the reader some insight into where my current position is now. I've had 3 training contract offers. My training contract is about to start in March. Therefore, I use my personal statement to inform the reader that I have 6 months availability for a certain role. This really helps the reader to understand where my current position is at, and that's why I've used a personal statement. It also gives a personal insight into how I am as a person, and I've also cheekily mentioned that I've got 3 training contract offers there in the hope that they hire me. But yeah, essentially we've reached the end of the video. This was a really short and sweet one because these are common mistakes that I see in CVs all the time, and I thought I'd share with you lovely bunch. Thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you found the content useful. If you did, drop a like, comment or subscribe to my channel, and also follow your girl on her socials on LinkedIn and Instagram, and I'll see you in the next video.